I'm ready.
Prepare yourself.
Meet your maker.
Meet your maker.
Greet the Reaper for me. Prepare yourself.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
Damn. And here I was, hoping my upstairs visitor was just playing tricks on me.
Oh, well, where did I leave my calipers?
Who are you? Nobody?
Yeah, no thanks. One sparkly green hate necklace is enough.
Yes, this is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Ah, you're up. There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters. No, you're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course. But luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
No known associates. In fact, he seemed quite averse to spending time with others.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it, see? The collar's function. It neuters you, of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
Did the murderer...
You've been collared and you've been...
No known associates. In fact,
Oh,
he
where
seemed
did I
quite
leave my
averse to
calipers?
spending time with the others. No marks, no indications of a struggle. take him into this room? Or was he already here? Who? Yes, this is a rare kind of magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away. No lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic.
A young Magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
Did the murderer take him into this room? Was he already here?
The pale young woman doesn't acknowledge you. She nods to the right without moving her gaze from the ground.
It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow.
Good gods!
That can't
There's...
be ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwoken followed the source that did this.
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course. Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister, it looks more like a passenger managed to slip their cot. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. I just want... It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural. No marks, no indications of a struggle.
I always knew you'd turn out rotten with it. Always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
You are chill, aren't you? I ain't saying nothing. Bloody dwarves, I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here. As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you
An
right
elf
over the
sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
They don't care about us.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid. Rolling dice, deciding fates.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Don't worry, honey. It isn't.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her.
Never say never, though.
You think me mad?
She eyes you quite seriously.
Not the future, no. But I can read the... I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
quiet long enough for me to listen.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue. Efficient.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. A dark, dank place. I remember it well. Ha! My, aren't you a pretty cup full of sugar and spice?
As the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship.
Of course it is. But don't you worry, darling. Your secret... I don't...
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?